Hey, I'm Natalie. I ended up having a very rare birth complication, and it actually only happens to 1% of women giving birth, and of course it happened to me. So I just wanted to share my story to spread awareness because I never knew this could happen before it happened to me. So my pregnancy was very normal. I had no issues. Baby was great. I went in for my 37-week appointment, just a regular checkup. They were testing my blood pressure and it was a little bit high. So we tested it again after my growth scan and it was extremely high in the 160s. So they were like, yep, you need to be admitted to the hospital. So I end up going to labor and delivery and they run all their tests and they end up finding out that I have gestational hypertension, and typically they induce at 37 weeks when you have gestational hypertension, and I turned 37 weeks that day. They checked me and I was about 1 centimeter dilated, and then I came home and came back later that evening and I was 5 centimeters. So I had actually gone into labor on my own that day. So we get back to our room and everything's fine. They did decide to put me on Pitocin, and we did that very gradual, very slow, because I did have a prior C-section with my daughter, who's right there, 6 years ago. My doctor came in at 9 p.m. It had been 2 hours. She checked me. I was in a lot of pain and I started shaking and I was at a 10. So we start pushing. Right when we start pushing, I start to feel a band of pain that did not feel like contractions. Right when I said, hey, something doesn't feel right, my doctor looked at me and said, hey, baby girl, her heart rate is down. We're gonna have to, I know you want to do a VBAC. It's just not gonna happen. We need to go to the OR and get her out. Everybody was hustling. My nurse accidentally snapped my epidural line. So at that point, we realized that I was going to have to be put under general anesthesia because that was my only option. I no longer had an epidural line. I no longer had a way for them to numb me up. I had a uterine rupture and it was very severe. My daughter, CD, was actually coming out of that hole in my uterus, and that's why her heart rate had sank. My doctor, she was able to repair my uterus. I didn't have to have a hysterectomy, thank God. I will not be having any other kids because of the risk. It was so sad to see that a lot of other women had had this happen to them. Even though it's a very rare thing, it does happen. My heart is with you all. You know, our bodies are meant to do this, but sometimes it just doesn't go the way we plan. And that's okay. I still have 2 beautiful daughters, but we're okay. I'm okay. This happened August 22nd of this year, and I'm completely healed. And my doctor, she gave her opinion and, eventually saved me and my daughter's life. So I'm so grateful to her.